Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. This little video, or it might take a minute actually, is a little explaining how I set my tuner. Now I've got this Easy Tuner V2, which I haven't used for a long time because I didn't find it as good as the tuner brake on my rifle, which is really bizarre. But got to thinking the other day, without a decent chronograph, had I set it on the wrong tuner setting? Because ideally what I want to see is the higher velocities and the lower velocities landing in the same spot. Now with the Garmin, it's so easy to just plonk that on the bench or the tailgate and watch your velocities go up and down. Now you will need an ammo that shoots reasonably well in your gun. What I'm using here today is SK long range match. Now as you can see, I've got a pretty constant breeze from the right to the left, probably about 3 to 5 miles an hour. So a little bit of horizontal I'm not too worried about, but it's the vertical. So if it will shoot in this wind, it'll shoot in any wind. So I'll get to it. So what we're going to do, 5 rounds or 10 rounds, clean barrel, well no, cold barrel, and see as a baseline with the bare barrel what we get. Then we'll add the tuner set to 0, and then we'll go round in 5 click increments, and we'll try and find what's working well for us, and then we'll go back and investigate them, and hopefully within 50-60 rounds I should be something like it. Don't intend to fire more than 2 if they're really bad, maybe, and then on ones that look good I'll put 5 in just to confirm that we're going to go back and check them. It isn't a 5-minute process, but I'll try and get it done as quickly as I can for explanation views, and I'll shout out the chronograph figures so you've got some idea of what the velocities do into the point of impact. Right, I'll get to it. So, bare barrel, dirty but cold. We're shooting on the right hand target, top left to start. So these will be our reference ones. .1107. Slower ones hit higher. 1082. Wind got that. 1099. .1113. Quite a big group. So the last 3 have gone in the same hole. 1091. Remember, I've only got 5 round mag in that one. So next 5. One next to it. Well, that's unusual. Let's pick one up. Yep. $10.95. That one's dropped lower, which is 1079, which you'd kind of expect. 1094. Gun's warming up now, I would say. $10.93, last one. Well, that's not too shabby in that wind. And that gave us, for the first 10, an average velocity of 1096, extreme spread of 34, standard deviation of 10.3, which is pretty sloppy. Don't know if that's because I've been shooting neatly through it a minute ago, but that's probably, what, 0.3 group at a guess. Right, now I'm going to put the tuner on. So those were all reasonable, and obviously the low one had dropped low. So this is with the tuner set to 0, and we'll fire that next to our two reference groups. Quite pleased with that second one. Right, here we go. Tuner on 0. Oh yeah, it does generally impact higher once I put the tuner on. So let's see what we get. Quite a bit higher. 1096 for that. $10.95. One more, I think. Oh, that wind's blowing quite hard there at the minute. There we go, drop it away. 1100. Right in there with it. I think 0's worth investigating a little bit more. We want a slow one, really. Yeah, there we go. The slow one didn't join them, so I wouldn't use that. Right, on to 5. So we'll start this one on the next row down. So this is 5 on the tuner. No adjustments on the scope, obviously. $1100 for that. Hopefully I've got enough rounds loaded up. So that's near enough within our average. See where this one goes. $10.93. Put one more in. I don't think that's going to be any good. No, wind hadn't dropped enough. Cools that, I don't think. Right, we're now on 10. $10.99. 1099 again. Want a slow one really. I'll accept a little bit of left and right as wind. $11.10. That was right in there with them, but that's only 10 feet a second. Want a slow one really now. Right in there with it, 10.95. Keep going with this until I get a slow one, see if it joins them. Bloody misfires today. $10.90, and that one dropped low, so I would say no to 10, on to 15. Ah, 10.84. 10.84 on that last shot. Will the faster ones go in there with it? That's what I'm looking for. It did. 10.97. $10.93, that's in there with it. I think that's only a 3-round group. Let's make it a 5. This could be alright. $11.02. Oh, don't know if you can see that wind flag, but it's spinning around. That could have been wind. Put another one there a minute. I didn't look at the flag, but the elevation's good. Right. And that's gone high. 10.99. 15. I'll try one more, see if it joins them back up again, because that was looking promising. Yeah, that's back in. So 11.13, which was quite fast, is back in the main group. So what's that? 15. Okay, we'll say 15's possibly worth a look later. So we'll come around to 20 now. See what happens with 20. $10.95, that's right on our average. See if it all joins up. $10.84, that's right in there with it. I'll pick one up, just did. Wind still looks the same. Don't like that. 10.88. Dropped out the group. So we go around to 25. $10.97, right in our average. Yeah. A few bloody misfires today. Time for a new spring maybe. $11.02. Don't like 25. Around 30. What I generally find is there's a couple of spots that will look promising. Right, we're on 30 now. Running out of magazines full of ammo. That was 10.89, so that was a slightly slower one. Let's see where this one goes. $10.92. Now, don't think there was enough wind difference there, so 30's off the cards. 35. Come here. Here. So we're on to 35 now. $10.89. They all join up. $10.89.4. No, that ain't no good. 40. $10.97, right in our average. Fast or a slow one now. $10.94, yeah, that's within our average. Right in the center of it, but that's an average shot. $10.98. We want either some slow ones or some fast ones now to confirm on this one. What's going on here today? $1100. A little bit quicker, but it's right smack on the horizontal. That could be wind. That's back in the main group, and that was 10.89. So, if I had to pick between the two, right, let's see what's the other side of 40, which would be 45. Because I think that was looking a little bit respectable. Right, where are we to now? 45. I think 40 looked pretty good. .1103, so that's quite fast, or a little bit faster. Get a slow one now in there with it and I'll be happy. I believe that's touching. 1115, so that's two fast ones stacked on top of each other. Slow one is what we want now. Let's see if we get a slow one next. And will it go in there with it? Yeah. Well, that's our average. Our average is in there. 1092. Just a little fraction slower than our average, which is 1096. In this wind, I'm chuffed. .1097, which is our average, which is looking like it's in there again. Yeah, that's all in this hole. Want a slow one, really. .1097, that's within our average. Come on, yes, there we go, 1089. I think it's gone right in there. One more. That's a bloody tidy group. 1087, there we go. I would call 45 as good on this tuner. As you can see with the velocities I've been calling out, the highs and lows, once you see them spreading and not hitting on the same point, I think you can say that's what you want to be looking to achieve, is to keep your highs and lows together. And I think that's shooting quite tidy. So I've got to come down 0.2 to have it zeroed. But I'm very happy with that in this wind. I might even have a go at the Captain America challenge. I've got a bit more of that ammo, only need 20. Right then guys, there we go. That's how I set up my tuner with the chronograph, keeping an eye on my figures. Right, we fired to get there 49 shots. We got a average velocity of 1096 dead, extreme spread of 36.5, and a standard deviation bang on 8 is what I'm seeing there today with this. Quite a few more misfires than I would have liked, but the gun's shooting well, and Captain America challenge next. Laters guys.